Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Jaya Sachnani, and I am today's host for today's session, which is GSFE London Network meeting, monthly meeting. Every month, no, last Tuesday of every month, we do this session. I was about to say fourth, right? No, it's the last Tuesday of every month. We do this session and we bring amazing speakers for you so that we can upskill our members and the GSFE all over the world. The GSFE is a global society for female entrepreneur. The founder is Lady Dr. Ambassador Robbie Motor. She is amazing. She had a vision, and that's where she started GSFE, Global Society for Female Entrepreneur. The aim for GSFE is not just that networking, but actually creating a platform where we can upskill our business owners, which is businesses led by women, and they need upskilling too. As the day pass, every day we evolve, we enhance ourselves. Sometimes we need a support from other people. Not everyone is perfect, right? I'm not good at AI at all, but if somebody tells me, Jaya, can you do some research about this topic? And I'm very good at. So everyone have their strengths and weaknesses, and that's where the GSFE platform comes in picture, where all the GSFE members and the directors, different countries can come together and enhance. Doesn't matter which network you belong to, but you will get the support from us. Now, this is collaboration with the GTS, which is a Global Talent Solution Hub. Global Talent Solution Hub is a non-profit organization, and we aim, our vision is to create the world where education have no borders. Yes, we're not talking about the metaphoric. We are talking about the real life, that at this point of time, if you see, I am sitting in London. Some people are joining me from the Vancouver, Canada. Some people from the California. Some people are from New York. And that shows that there isn't any border which is going to affect our learning, our skills development. And this is what GTS mission is. So I'm going to run literally 1 minute video for you to understand what is GTS, and then we're going to continue our GSFE meeting. Where is it gone? Okay, so sorry, it's just a little bit technical difficulties we are facing today. Okay, and here you go. Should be now. Okay.
Global Talent Solution is a nonprofit organization with a vision to create a world where talent knows no boundaries. At Global Talent Solution, we believe in the transformative power of education, one that transcends borders, uplifts communities, and empowers individuals. Our mission aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, Education for All. We are dedicated to raising funds for scholarships, ensuring orphan girls can achieve the education they deserve. We partner with industry leaders to provide free educational sessions, bridging the gap between knowledge and opportunity. Together, we inspire the youth to uplift their skills and dream big. In India, we offer free educational seminars in schools and colleges, helping students explore the future of study abroad programs. With our partnerships with leading universities in the USA and UK, we guide students on their educational journeys, completely free of charge. Our Entrepreneur Incubator Hub is one of the largest platforms supporting youth and women, transforming their skills into viable business ideas. We believe in empowering the next generation of entrepreneurs. At Global Talent Solution, we are not just educating. We are inspiring, empowering, and creating change. Join us in our mission to shape a brighter future for all.
Okay, so this is us. Thank you so much. And today's session is about goal setting 2025. And I know many people must be thinking the same question, that how come we are in the May and we are talking about the goal settings? But I spoke to Latrice and she is amazing sweeper. She mentioned it to me. There isn't any particular date time where you start your goal setting. And if you see that how our the world is evolving so fast. Today you set your goal, and then tomorrow some factors will unfortunately come in the presence where you have to adjust your goal. You have to review your goal, and this is what we're going to talk about today. So today's our speaker is Dr. Latrice Jones. Let me introduce Dr. Latrice. She is co-director of GSFE Chino Valley in Southern California. She is also CEO of LJ Speaks, a woman empowerment company. Latrice is hailing from the Southern California, is a dynamic servant leader, mentor, strategic, and motivational speaker, renowned for her commitment to empowerment and community uplift. And I can see that today's session is going to be amazing because she is not just a CEO of the business that she has a 10 plus years of the experience, but she has also been recognized as an outstanding contribution to the humanitarian efforts. She was bestowed with the honorary doctorate in humanitarianism, further solidify her dedication to serving others. What an amazing speaker we have today. So let's welcome um, Latrice Jones. Thank you, Latrice.
Thank you. Thank you. I am so excited to be here. Thank you, Dr. Jaya. I want to talk to you guys about goal setting. I will share my screen at this time. Make it big. Are you able to see it? Are you guys able to see the screen? Okay, awesome. So we're going to talk about goal setting for the female entrepreneur. And today's theme is create, adjust, and thrive. And I wanted to include my motto from LJ Speaks, which is greatness is your journey, because I truly believe that our life is a journey to greatness, that we are all destined to greatness, and that greatness is unique. And so what I could define as greatness may be different than what Sandy defines as greatness, could be different than what Jackie defines as greatness. And that's absolutely okay, because we are all individually and uniquely made, fearfully and wonderfully made. And the importance of just being able to create, and as Jackie said, adjust and then thrive. So I want you to meet me again. Dr. Jaya read my bio. Thank you very much. But I am the founder and CEO of LJ Speaks. LJ Speaks is a women's empowerment platform or company. And my goal is to create opportunities and platforms where women are inspired, motivated, encouraged, and most like empowered. That's probably the most important thing to me, that in the end, you're going to come out empowered. And I think that's important because that's about action. It's great to be motivated. It's great to be inspired. It's great to be encouraged. But when you're empowered, then you're now in control of it and you get to put your hands in it. And that's important to me. So why does goal setting matters? We talked about this, as you start entering, Dr. Jaya, as you start introducing everyone, but I want to share a few things. I think goal setting allows us to give ourselves focus. It also provides direction, kind of a roadmap, if you will, kind of tells us where we are going, which way to turn, which way not to go. We're not looking back other than a self-assessing. Goal setting is a way to get motivation. Goal setting also is accountability. It makes us kind of answer to ourselves. What have we done? What have we not done? What is there to do? It's a way to look at our measurable success. There's always some success for us to take a look at. And so that gives us an opportunity to do so. And it also makes sure that, as entrepreneurs, we have our personal goals and then we have our professional goals. Some of us are full-time entrepreneurs. Some of us are full-time employed as well as entrepreneurs. And, we have many hats that we wear. I'm sure most of us, someone shared earlier that, you're a grandma and that's first priority at this stage in your life. Absolutely. Someone else may be, you're a mom, you're a grandparent, you're a sister, you're an aunt, you're a godmother, you're an entrepreneur, you're a caregiver. We play so many roles. And so it's important as we're setting these goals that we are cognizant that they all align. Sometimes, I'm having this conversation now for myself. I have goals for the company, but my full-time employer, because I work for the County of Los Angeles, I'm in local government, they have some goals for the county right now that are of, priority, especially looking at our current, financial situations here in California that are going to take some priority. And so I'm going to have to do some adjusting to my business goals and how that looks and how does that align, as well as my personal alignment and my personal goals. I have a son who's going into his senior year of high school. And so, that's become everyone's priority because we want to be there. We want to support, those kind of things. So I think that's important, that alignment. We cannot forget that alignment. And our goals are short-term and long-term. I say short-term, maybe we're looking at where are we in the next 3 months, 6 months, even 9 months. But then we also want to look at some annual kind of 1-year goals. What are some things that we can accomplish or we want to accomplish, on an annual basis, or maybe this year? What we want to accomplish in 2025 may look different than 2026. One of my personal goals that I created for myself annually was to travel 1 trip domestic, 1 trip and international. That's my goal annually. So I have to take some time to assess that. May is a great time to take a look and say, have you traveled domestic yet? Have you traveled internationally? Do you need to pivot? I think, Dr. Jaya, you just gave us some ideas, some events that are coming up in London, and we need to add those to our calendars. So keep them coming. And then we look at some of those longer term goals. What happens in 5 years? This is 2025. Can you imagine setting goals for 2030? Yes, we need to do so. We're going to set goals for 2040. Like these are real. These are real years that we can plan for. Who would have thought? I remember listening to music and they were saying 1999. It's like, yeah, right. Or the year 2000. And we thought, yeah, right. Now here we are sitting in 2025. So yes, it is time to level up, whatever that means to you, and to continue to live exceedingly and abundantly. That's the goal. So ask yourself a few questions. Where do you want to be by? And you can take notes. You can add it into the chat for fun, but hopefully you're taking some notes. What are some monthly goals? What are some things maybe that for your, and I really think you should be doing this personally and professionally. I don't think as women, we can plan business without taking the time to take care of ourselves and to look at what we have going on personally. That's how we burn out. That's how we crash. We're not on a journey for crash. We're not on a journey for burnout. We are on a journey to greatness. So greatness requires balance. So I would say take a sheet of paper, divide it in half, personal on one side, professional, entrepreneurial, business on the other side. If you know there's some other categories, your sheet can be as large as you want. You can have as many columns as you want, because we have to be honest and true with ourselves. And maybe today, if you don't have time to do that while we're presenting and I talk too fast, just make some notes. But this is a great assignment to take care of. So what are some things you want to do monthly? What's a December 31, 2025 goal? If at the end of this year, we're going to start May. By the end of this week, we'll be in May. So if at the end of this year, what are some goals you will want to have accomplished? What's an annual goal? Maybe you've already written some goals at the beginning of 2025. So that can be an annual. But now would be a good time to think about 2026. What's a goal for 2026? Write that down. What are our 5-year goals? Now we're getting into our vision. I'm also a strategic planner. So I did our strategic plan for the County of Los Angeles, do something similar for my business. So what is the strategic plan for the next 5 years? I believe we're companies. I am the business of Latrice Jones, right? That is my company first and foremost. And so I also have a mission, I have a vision, I have values, and I have a strategic plan for myself. I believe it's absolutely okay to take all those wonderful business practices, those leadership and management practices. This is another workshop, but take those practices that we know work well in business. Let's apply them to our lives. What would it look like if you wrote a mission for yourself and a vision for yourself and goals for yourself? What would it look like if you made sure you had, the staff and the budget that you need to support you as a company? What does that look like, Sandy, if you're the business of Sandy Fuente and you need a budget of X every year? Because we don't think about ourselves that way. We kind of figure it out. Well, that's not how we run business. We don't run successful business just figuring it out. So we're not going to run ourselves that way either. So that's, where do you want to go? And then what's our big picture planning? Think big, long term. As I said, beyond 2020 or 2030, I'm sorry. So I encourage you to dream big. Maybe some of your goals, maybe you want to look at some generational wealth. I keep hearing grandchildren. What does generational wealth look like? Maybe we want to impact the industry that we're in. We want to change the way business is being done in our industry. We have some folks on the call that are doing just that. Dr. Jaya, you mentioned AI. We have one of our members here from our GSFE network who is the AI chick, and she is changing the industry, and she's changing how we all do business as entrepreneurs, as she's teaching us AI strategies, right? We want to impact community. I know every single one of you on this call, if you are a member of GSFE, you are committed to community. You're committed to helping others, to uplifting others, to uplifting that community. And so how do you want to impact the community this year? How do you want to impact next year, in 5 years, in 10 years? It may be the community in which you live. It may be a community in which you plan to visit and travel. The world. How do we build sustainable growth in our business? These are just types of goals, examples, things to be thinking about. What do we want long term? What's our impact? Are we trying to create legacy, influence? And I'm sure we could all agree and put our thumbs up, financial freedom. So these are some ideas of goals. Add them to your sheet. Think of some other ones. There's no such thing as too many at this point. We're brainstorming. Remember, all being in school, there's no bad answers when you're brainstorming. Right? But I do want to take a moment and say, as we're considering goals, as we're thinking about what we want, we got to recognize our current blessings. I don't believe in just talking about the wants. We got to acknowledge what we already have, what we've already accomplished, what has already been given to us and put into our hands. So as you said, if you created some goals in January or February, that first quarter, now's a good time. Celebrate the milestones. Right? Acknowledge what you did do. Maybe your goal was to raise or to make $10,000 in your company, and maybe you're not there yet, but you did something. Let's celebrate what we did. Let's show ourselves some grace. Big and small. Big wins are important, but small wins are just as important. Maybe you actually decided to, write the letter you're supposed to have been writing. Signed up for something that you kept telling you were going to do it. You're going to do it. Show up at a meeting. That's a huge accomplishment. You showed up at a GSFE meeting, you just changed your life. So list those personal wins, but also list those business wins, and know that showing gratitude builds your momentum. You feel good. I feel good just talking about it. It's important. Let's talk about a few effective goal setting techniques. You're probably familiar, and we'll get into more discussion, but if you're not, we're going to discuss them. We're going to talk about SMART goals, setting SMART goals. We're going to look at a SWOT analysis and why that's important in goal setting. Wins and learnings. We're going to use the word learnings because we don't lose, we learn. Okay, so that's a technique for setting goals. As you celebrate those wins, what did you learn? Because that's how you do Ms. Jackie said, adjust. Things didn't work quite as we wanted. We learned something, and so now we adjust. And it's okay to adjust a goal. What were some of our challenges? Expected or unexpected? There's some things happening right now in our country and across the world. Some things we expected, some things we did not expect. They affect our business. They affect us as women personally. What do we do about that? How do we adjust strategies? We are currently in second quarter. For those of us who go by, quarters as a business, we're in second quarter. Let's prepare for third and fourth quarter. If you're in a fiscal year, we're wrapping up that June end of the fiscal year, and those who kick off in July. What does that look like for us? What are we going to do different? And I encourage you all to stay flexible, but stay committed. Stay flexible, but stay committed. So let's look at this SWOT analysis. It's our strengths. What are we amazing at, right? So from a business perspective, what does your business do well? What's the strength of your business? That's what you're going to list. You can do a SWOT analysis on yourself. Hey, what are you good at? What are your strengths? Put that there too. I'd encourage you to do a SWOT analysis of yourself. And then we look at weaknesses. Where can we grow? This is what needs work. This is where can we grow? Where should our business be doing something better? Maybe where we need some extra, some assistance. We need some support. We need to hire someone to help us do something. We need to learn something. What are the weaknesses? The weakness could be lack of funding. It could be a knowledge that we don't currently have, a technology that we don't have, right? Whatever that looks like. And weaknesses are okay. Weaknesses are good. Weaknesses are opportunities to grow, which it kind of says here, opportunities. Where can you grow? But when we talk about the opportunities areas, we're talking about things that are outside of us. Strengths and weaknesses are within us. So if we're talking about our business, we're looking at the strength within the business and the weakness within the business. When we talk about opportunities and threats, that is outside of us. Does that make sense for everyone? So what are opportunities outside of us? What is changing outside, meaning maybe in our community, in our society, or in the world that's going to give us an opportunity to grow? So I'm going to think from an LJ Speaks perspective, what is happening outside of LJ Speaks that's going to create an opportunity or an environment for me? That's opportunity. GSFE was an opportunity outside of LJ Speaks, right? The need for women to be empowered across this world is an opportunity. An international conference, an international speaking engagement, an opportunity for us to all travel together and possibly see the world and host a GSFE event in Bali is an opportunity, right? We're looking at what are things outside of our company. Yes, I'm speaking it into existence. LJ Speaks is about speaking life. So I'm speaking it into existence. I'm going to hold us to it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But then there's also the threats. What are threats outside of us, in society, in community, in this global world that could block the path of our business? What does that look like? I can speak to the fact I know that Sandy is in Mary Kay. And so I know that one of the great strengths of Mary Kay, because I also used to be with Mary Kay, but one of the great strengths of Mary Kay is their products. They do not harm and test on animals. That's a strength. It's always been a strength. And that was important, right? Where can they grow? What are some things that are happening now in the world where they've opened their markets? It's opened a whole new market for them. They've gotten into some other, which they did. I remember when it became a space when I was with Mary Kay where folks wanted to kind of move into more like theatrical and glam makeup. Mary Kay jumped right into that open market. I remember going to the first sessions and we start doing lots of glam, right? So that was important. I shared with Sandy when I first began, when I first worked with Mary Kay, I was a coordinator of a senior citizen center. And so at that time, as an African American woman, there wasn't much representation in Mary Kay as far as makeup or the world. But again, Mary Kay considered and looked at that. What's an opportunity outside of that current business that Mary Kay Ash had started? What do we do different? And there was a huge influx and welcoming and acknowledging women of color. And now the numbers of women of color who are represented in their magazines, in their makeup, that give input. Mary Kay should be paying me. I'm just teasing. But all that, I just recognize it. I just want to give it as a great example because I love it. And it's important to me. It's really true to my heart. I think, Sandy, I may have shared this story with you, but I joined Mary Kay right after my divorce. And so we talk about our personal goals. I had to reinvent myself. I needed a job. I needed to feel good and get out in the world again. I needed to meet some new folks. My daughter's on the call, Lauren Jordan. She says, I didn't even know you weren't working, Mom, because you would get up every day, get dressed, take us to school and leave out like you were going to work. And so Mary Kay created that opportunity for me. I met other great women. I learned business techniques. I started putting on makeup again. I learned what business write-offs were. I could do my hair again. That was an opportunity. So we want to look at that. And then we need to be honest about some threats. What are some things that are going on outside of the world that could get in the way of our business? Because we got to plan around those things. We got to plan for them as much as possible. And then there's going to be some things that we never know. Some things are going to pop up, and that's where we're going to adjust. So that's our SWOT analysis. And then our SMART goals. So SMART is also an acronym. Goals need to be specific. I want to lose weight. Okay, what does that mean? I want to lose weight by, so we're going to get into that. We're going to make them measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. And that's how they become specific. That's how they become SMART, right? Goals need to be measurable. I want my business to make more money. Okay, what does that mean? So if we make an extra $1, we're good. We want measures. $1,000 and this 10,000, $1 million. My goal is for my company to make $1 million profit by the end of 2025, whatever that looks like. But then we talk about being achievable. We're hosting a women's pre-Mother's Day tea. It's this weekend. Tickets are $40 each, 2 for $75. Is it achievable for me to say, I'm going to host a Mother's Day tea and I want it to profit $1 million? Based on what I just said to you, right? Sounds good. We're going to host a Mother's Day tea and we're going to profit $1 million. How? That's not achievable based on what you just established and what you said, right? So we need to make it achievable. We also want it to be relevant. Make it make sense. That's my best way to explain it. Make the goals make sense. They should be aligned to what you're trying to accomplish. Your goals need to be aligned to your business. Okay. And then time bound or timely. Set some times on it because that gives you checkpoints. That makes you accountable. If you just say, I want my business to make more money, then that can happen whenever. And then you don't necessarily have to work hard. And then I can come and ask you, how's your business doing? You can say, oh, it's okay, it's coming. No, we need some dates and some times. That's accountability. And then a few final tips. Set a weekly action steps. What should you be doing this week? For each one of those goals, break it down. What can you do weekly towards that goal? Because now you have some action steps. Now you have some smaller things that you can get done, cross it off, check, and celebrate it, right? Because what do we say about celebrating? Celebrating our achievements and our accomplishments motivates us. When you start seeing that list of to-dos get smaller, you know you're getting closer to the goal and you have more reasons to celebrate. Set some monthly milestones. If I do this in a month, we can celebrate that, right? Sink it into your calendar. Set up some networking opportunities. Maybe it's an opportunity like GSFE where you get to share what you've done. You get to promote your business. Maybe it's somewhere in your community. You're going to show up somewhere else. You're going to create. Darlene posted on her page because she's about creating and curating experiences for women and families and couples. So she posted one day she was going to have coffee at a particular venue here in Pomona, and who's joining her. That was a networking event. It was exciting. It forced me to get out of the house. My young adult daughter came too. And we were blessed for it. We met someone who came over to us. She shared with us. She actually was a Christian. She shared scripture with us. She shared her Bible with us. I mean, you didn't know what was waiting for you in that room. That was a message we needed. We didn't know that. It was bigger than us, but we showed up. And you guys know Dr. Robbie Motter is all about showing up, right? Set in some key financial check-ins as well. We cannot ignore the monies. Where are we financially? Seek feedback from yourself and business partners, your accountability partners. I say reflect on your performance, but I just mean, from the business perspective, reflect on what's happening. Explore some new techniques or some new ideas. We talked about setting our personal goals. Iterate and adapt. That's just another way of saying adjust. Review, reflect, think on it, whatever word you want to use, whatever speaks to you, do that, and then adapt or adjust. A story for me, I was working on my doctorate degree, an earned doctorate degree, organizational leadership. I was in my 8.5, almost 9th year. Life was lifing, right? Things start getting in the way. There were some things I didn't expect. And then there was also, to me, there was some lack of accountability on my part. I wasn't sitting here setting all the goals like I should have. As we talked about those lessons learned, right? Time got away from me. And it came to a point where I had to make a real decision. Do you continue on with this doctoral program or not? And so I, prayed about it. And I said, well, I had taken some time off medically, and now it's time to join back. And I said, if they allow me to join and come back into the program, I'm going to take that as my yes, and I got to get it done. But I was at a point finally, and I was resolved that if they say no, then I knew that was my no. And I was also going to be resolved. So I spoke to the advisor. They said yes. We were completing my application to come back into the program after the medical sabbatical. And he says, and this was February, going into March, I was just coming back. He says, you have until December to complete this doctoral program. Will you do it? I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to finish a program in 9 months. I'm already at 9 years and I'm behind, right? But I'm going to say yes, because I told myself if they said yes, then it was a yes. And so I said, yes, I'll do it. And he says, okay, let me complete the application. So he keeps typing, and then he looks and he goes, I'm sorry, Latrice. I said December. I was wrong. You only have until October. Can you do it? And I was honest with myself. That was the no. That was a no. I had told myself that I would accept the no and be resolved. And I said, no, I can't. So what are my options? And he said, well, our program allows you, because you've done so many classes, to convert this program into a master's degree. You can earn a second master's. And I said, then that's what I'll do. That's fine. What's the master's going to be in? He said, leadership. I said, that's awesome. Organizational leadership, that still works for me. I love it. And I said, what do I need to do now? He said, all you need to do is sign this paper, and you have 2 classes left and you'll be done. I said, what about the dissertation? You're done with all that. You don't need to do anything else. You don't do it anymore. And so I was like, okay, oh, wow. I'm not going to be published, but it's okay, because I said I was going to accept it, right? So I agreed to do this. He says, there's 2 classes you have to take. I said, okay. The first class I took was called Servant Leadership. Amazing. Found myself. Been in leadership for 20 plus years. Guess what? In corporate America, they don't teach you servant leadership. They don't really want to hear that. That's who I am. I am a servant leader. I've been in community service, nonprofit, public work, local government all my life. All my life. You know, my daughter teases me for being in ASB, but I was in student council in like third grade. Like, so it's like, wow, that was my first class. The second class I had to take was strategic planning. My assignment at work, I was developing the strategic plan for the entire county of Los Angeles for our departments, bringing 38 departments across 100, across 88 cities together to develop this county plan. And I was like, this is perfect. Because when you decide what you're going to do and you set a goal, things begin to align, things fall in place. You now recognize the opportunities, things are there for you. It was two wonderful classes, a great experience. I graduated. I have the second master's in leadership. It was awesome. And that also freed me up. So I was like, now I have some time. I can do some things. What does that look like? I saw something that said, we're looking for speakers. And I was like, that'll be great. I want to speak and I have time to do it now. So I signed up. I didn't know I was agreeing to be a speaker at a June meeting for the Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs, Chino Valley. So I spoke at that meeting. A month later, I was their co-director and start meeting everyone. Officially, I applied to Dr. Jaya to speak with you all. Since I applied, I am now the director of GSFE Chino Valley, and Sandy Fuente is my co-director. You just don't know what's out there for you. But when you set goals and you stay focused and you stay committed and you take the time to be accountable and adjust when you need to, it happens. Greatness is your journey. And so with that, I say, she remembered who she was and the game changed. One of my favorite quotes. So stay focused, stay flexible, stay fierce. Thank you. That's my contact information.
Wow, this is brilliant. So, God, I have literally learned a lot. Of course, I knew about the SWOT analysis before and the SMART goals, but the way you put it in the perspective that how, the opportunity which lies outside you, and you grabbed it at the right time. And again, that there'll be a threads now and then. Well, our business in GTS, we are more of non-profit organization, but we have a lot of university we are connected with in USA. And now having Trump administration came in picture, immigration, and then student application, international recruitment is gone very, very slow. So that's a big threat to our business too. And it suddenly comes, right? Um,
Yes.
it's as a business, it's very difficult to maneuver when some external policy come in the picture. And I believe it's not just that our education has affected, but I'm sure import, export, right?
Yes.
Lot of industry has been affected in USA. This session is very, very useful. So thank you so much,
Thank
Latrice.
you.
This was wonderful, and now I know that you are director of Chino Valley, not co-director. So I will tell you that one now. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. Now, anybody have any questions? Please feel free to ask, and then we're going to go to third phase of our session, which is the introducing each of our member and request and of course, asking your ask. Yes. So, any questions? No?
Awesome.
Okay. Sounds no question from anybody. Yeah, Sandy, you have any questions? No? Okay. Yeah, I thought.
No, I was just telling Latrice, well done.
Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
has done great work. That was fantastic. Very, very good session. We have recorded it. There are like we had a more people registered, but they didn't attend for some reason. Maybe the time zone it doesn't fit them. but the recording will be sent out to them. And if they need any support, I'm sure, Latrice, they will be speaking to you soon as well. In terms of now our third phase, where we allow each and every member to speak and ask. So, can we start with any volunteer you want to start with, or shall I start with Sandy, as you are my first one? Yes, Sandy, thank you. Can you unshare this screen, please, Latrice? Thank you. Perfect.
I think Jackie had a question.
Jackie, yes?
Not a question. I just wanted to give great kudos to Latrice. That was really wonderful. Thank you so much. I know we all have heard many things about goal setting, but you put it in a way that was easy to swallow. So I like easy to swallow.
Thank
I
you.
agree. I agree. It was
And
very,
apply.
very easy. Yes, to apply, easy to apply too. Yes, yes. So, Sandy, the mic's to you.
Thank you. Well, I'm Sandy Puente. I'm co-chairman of the Chino Valley GSFE. I have been with GSFE since it started, so I'm a founding member. I have been with Mary Kay for over 32 years, big, small, everything in between. I am an author, a grandmother of two beautiful not grandbabies anymore, but two little ones. And I am a widow as of 2 years ago. So that has created some new changes in my life, which I am working towards on whatever. But I have a book in the process regarding grief and walking through it. And I hope you'll all look at the support it when it comes out. My ask is, if you know anyone that needs Mary Kay here in the States or would like a free pampering package, let me know, because we can just do it virtually and I can mail it to them and we can get together on Zoom and create a new look, create new skin. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful, Sandy. But does that person has to be in USA, or is it okay from London as well if I know someone and then refer it to you?
I would have to refer it to a consultant in
Okay.
London. So if they're in the USA, it would be better for me. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, I will let other people know who I know in USA. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, shall we move to Jackie?
Good morning.
Good.
Did you know that the American Medical Association says that everyone should take a multivitamin and a multivitamin? So why is that? We're not getting the nutrition we need for optimal health, which can cause many health challenges. I'm Jackie Phillips, best-selling international author, inspirational speaker, and optimal health coach. Located in Riverside and online, I empower high achievers to elevate their health with unstoppable energy and vitality. I've had a client named Kathy for over 20 years. When we first met, she had a desk job and she wasn't in the best shape. Today, Kathy, who is in her late 60s, is an avid runner and she values the power of our supplements in her life. You know, the ABCDEs of supplements can be confusing. Let me unlock the mysteries of supplements for you with a complimentary Ace Your Health discovery session. It's a fantastic opportunity, complimentary to you and worth over $200. Just write in the chat ACE that you would like to ace your health. This is Jackie Phillips. I am looking for speaking engagements to inspirational speaking engagements related to health, faith, or family. Remember, optimal health is your best wealth. Cheers.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jackie. That was wonderful. I definitely need that session with you. Last week, I was very, very ill. I was literally kind of a dead for 2 days. And very simple. It's just a sinus infection and a headache and migraine. I'm a vegan, so it always I find difficult to get any vitamins which is vegan unless we go for the herbs one. We have alternative options available. But then again, I met one nutrition who is meant to be my neighbor, and she mentioned it. That doesn't matter how many herbs or products, herbal products you take it, but then that product needs B12 complex to abstract minerals and vitamins from that product to your body. So ultimately, you do need a B12 complex because we are Asian family and Asian people cannot have a B12 kind of a producing in our body, something like that. So I don't know whether what's a myth and what's a truth. It would be nice to have a session with you, and yeah, that would be fantastic, Jackie. One day, maybe next week, when you're available, let me know and we can have that session. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I, like Sandy, um, can't sell anything to you in the UK, but I can sure talk to you about what you might need, and I'd love to do
Yes.
that. That would be great. And I haven't heard the B12 in Asian, so you're giving me something that I'm going to have to look up today and try to figure out.
Yeah, you do figure it out. I remember my mother-in-law and my other aunts as well. They used to get the B12 injection from our GP, NHS, because they said it's same thing. The Asian genes do not produce B12 within our body, or it's very rare to produce, and that's why they give the external B12 vitamins or injections. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that the darker your skin color, the more difficult it is for you to absorb vitamin D from the
Uh,
sun. So a lot of people who have darker skin colors
Mhm.
have a difficulty getting enough vitamin D. But I
Yeah,
didn't know about the Asian connection. So now
yeah.
we'll add that to my learning for the day.
That's it. See, we all are here to teach each other something. Okay, so we have a Lauren. Lauren, would you like to unmute yourself and introduce yourself if you are okay to?
I'm
Um,
going to introduce her. She's
okay.
high on the wall today. So it's Lauren Jordan. She's my daughter. She's my young adult daughter. She actually is a registered nurse in labor and delivery. And I have her join some of my calls. She is my backup primary staff of LJ Speaks. She's actually the brain behind our Mother's Day tea. So that's truly her event that is housed by LJ Speaks. But for the most part, anything that I'm doing within LJ Speaks, she is there in the background, making it happen and helping with flyers and promotion and showing up that day. And my ask for her is that you all just keep her encouraged as as she continues to as a young adult, like what's next. So she's in her career, she's loving it, she's enjoying it, she's been there now for almost 3 years, and deciding what advanced practice that she's really interested in and when she wants to do that and those kind of things. And so yeah, I think it's always just great to be in a room of wonderful motivating women doing great things so that she gets to see there's so much options and the importance of networking and just being in a room and showing up. So that's why she's here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lauren. And my best wishes are with you. I have a teenager at home. My daughter is 17 years old, and I know all we need for our kids is keep on motivating them, right? Because
Yes.
there's lots of things out there distract you, take you away from your chosen path or what you want to do it. Social media, this, that, but it is very, very difficult to be focused and carry on, be motivated all the time. So fantastic, and thank you so much. So we have Dr. Darlene. Darlene,
Yes,
my
she
prayer.
entered into the chat. So
Yeah,
Dr. Darlene Holdens is a member of GSFE Chino Valley as well. And
yeah.
she is the founder creator of Love Lux, which
Mm.
is a curating company. She has it here. She's a coach, she's a curator, and she's a crown giver to become your best self. She has her website there, but she hosts a lot of experiences and events. She can curate pretty much anything that you want to experience. So if you're here even if you're out, she's also a travel advisor. So if you're looking to book travel, if you're looking to travel the world, you want to come here, whatever experience you want that you can think of, she can create it for you. And
Oh,
if you just
wow.
have some ideas and you want her to kind of think of the rest, she can do that as well. She also last year kicked off a Fempreneurs. So it's a social environment of entrepreneurs as well, different than GSFE, because this is kind of a smaller network of folks who come to social events together and kind of celebrate who they are, learn some tips and techniques, but a little bit different than GSFE. Several of us are members of both organizations, and Fempreneurs is hosting an event on May 17th in the city of La Mirada, which is in SoCal. So anyone who's interested can reach out to her on her website, which is in the chat, and you can register for that event as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. Definitely. Next time when I come USA, definitely, Dr. Darlene, I will connect with you. So now this is my ask. As you know, that Global Talent Solution is works with the universities, colleges, and create a platform where we make sure that there is no borders for when it comes to the education, especially for the young talent. We support young talent. We do free of charge seminars with the schools, colleges, especially the girls' schools in India. We create the scholarship, financial aid for the girls' education, and we are doing event in London from 4th July to 6th July. I'm going to share that here so you guys can see. This is the event. Our theme for the event is obviously local impact, empowering students, education, institution, and sustainability, innovation. 4th July to 6th July, it's going to be in London. It's said that in UK, 2.86 million students enroll every year for the college and university admissions. 60% plus is a gross enrollment ratio in UK at the moment. By attending this event, what you're going to get is a global platform for career and college counseling, growth opportunity you get, and of course, the institution partnership. You can speak at the event if you like, you can exhibit at the event if you like, and if not, then summer is amazing time to be in London, trust me. So we have a event highlight, there'll be a networking, there'll be engaging in conversation, and some tools and resources will be shared too. This is a 3 days event. Day one is Empower Her kickoff reception, which is happening on 4th of July, House of Parliament, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's a gala and the reception. Day two is a conference and expo. So we have a one room where the theater kind of style where all the conferences will take place. Universities, colleges are attending. There'll be conferencing, and then second room will be dedicated to the expo and is a free for any student to join. So we are expecting 2000 plus student. When I say student, that means it's a potential student or the anybody who is between age of 18 to 45, because that is the range is known in UK as a student. And then day three, we are going to go to the girls' school in UK, where you will have opportunity to meet the girls, empower them, inspire them, and talk to them about the story and how they can make change as an individual singularity person. You'll have lots of opportunity to engage, learn, connect. This is a day one, Empower Her, 7 p.m. As I said, it will be in the House of Parliament. And it's the aim is to raise funds for the girls' education. Day two, Global Education Conference and Expo. Learn, grow, and connect with industry experts. There'll be discussion, scholarships, some of the topic about the sustainability, AI, and is the university doing enough to create the future leaders, or are they creating the robots? These kind of a valid questions will be raised and challenge the policymakers too. Then we are going to go to the school, which is a girls' school, 11 to 1 p.m. Henrietta Banner School, year 12, 13 student. It's a girls' school, so it's more of the inspiring sessions, and the career advising session will be there. These are the universities coming from USA: Virginia Wesleyan University, University of Akron, BMCC, City University of New York. These are the London universities: Bath, Bangor. They all are UK universities. So, yeah, how do you get? You can attend, you can exhibit, or you can sponsor. Attending is a very nominal charge, only £69 to attend, which includes the food, which is a refreshment in the morning, and the lunch as well. Exhibit, you can exhibit, or you can sponsor the event as well, part of it. So that's it. That's from our side. If you are interested, let me know, please, or anybody you know who are coming to London in summer, July, and would like to attend this event or exhibit themselves or speak at the event. If you have something which takes to young talent to inspire about anything, it could be medicine, it could be communication, it could be just even the motivating them to stay focused. It is very important because I believe, as a GTS, we have lived our life, and now it's our turn to go back to the community and serve and support, and whatever we can do to support this young talent so that when they grow, they have something else to give it back to the society too. It's kind of a legacy somebody has done for us. Dr. Rabi has created this legacy for us. Now it's our job to create something for our fellow young people as well. So that's it from us. Any question you have regarding the event or the sessions, anything, I'm happy to answer.
That's amazing. Amazing. Is it an annual event?
Yes, we do annually. Throughout the whole year, we do 3 events. So last year we did it in Paris. This year we are doing in London. And then in February 2026, we are doing in India. That is going to be a grand 50 plus university will be invited. We have booked the Chennai Stadium for that because it's needed. And India is like a geographically very big, like same like a USA. Weather is amazing, so no expected rain or unexpected rain, so we can have an open kind of exhibitions as well. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Please send me the information for both.
Yep.
And I say that Dr. Darlene also made a comment in the question because what I did not share about her is she's an educator first. So she actually works at
Oh,
the two-year universities working with students and has been doing that for many years. So that's her first full-time profession. So speaking to her heart here. So as well as myself, my nonprofit work was with high school students and going to college and being successful. So this was like, oh my gosh, you just brought all my worlds together in one space.
that's
And I
fantastic.
travel.
Oh my
Like that's
God.
a win-win-win. Like I get to be with educators and women and speaking and travel. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
There you go. Again, I'm telling you, set those goals, be
Yeah.
intentional, stay
And
focused.
don't forget, July is amazing month to be
Oh,
in London.
okay, okay.
Everyone loves in London. Everyone. July, August, actually June, July, August, 3 months is amazing in London. So yes, I will send you email, Latrice, and actually I'll send everyone, Jackie, even if you know anyone, right, who is interested to attend this conference. If not, even if you know someone, that person knows someone, kids, they can benefit from this. Yeah.
Yeah, and going to England sounds way better than India from Southern California. Our
Yeah,
neighbors have relatives in India, and it's a 30-hour trip.
I know.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, my parents travel to Canada quite often because my brother and my sister, they live in Canada, Vancouver, but they always stop by in London for a week because they want to rest, and then they
Yes.
make another journey. But yeah,
Nice.
that's it. Sorry, Latrice, we had a lots of registration, but unfortunately they couldn't join or some any reason. I will send them recording, and definitely if they have anything to learn more about how to to learn,
Awesome.
set up the goal, okay, from you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. Have a nice
Good
time,
evening.
everyone. Good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.